You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, Birmingham, Alabama.
Since 1948, Fate magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown, all of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting. Since
It's Wednesday night, time for the Paranormal Experience radio show with host Kat Hobson. Kick back, relax, and get ready to learn. Welcome to the show. Now, here's Kat.
Good evening and welcome to Paranormal Experience Radio. I am Kat Hobson, your host. I am really looking forward to tonight's show. I'm fortunate enough to welcome a woman I just greatly admire and consider my friend. We've known each other for a few years and she never fails to amaze me, ever. She is an entrepreneur, an author, a voodoo queen, and I just fully realized exactly what that means and entails. And I'm not sure still that I grasp it completely, but we're going to find out more about it. I know what she does. I enjoy her very much. But before we get to the show, I wanted to let people know that we have our Friday night host, Shelley Burke Robertson, who has lost her mother, and they are out of town, so we will be doing a best of show for her Friday night. And if y'all could just keep them lifted up, it is something that no one deals with well ever. And she and all of 187 PI are just dealing with this as best they can. So thank you for doing that. I also want to give an update on our Monday night host, Denise Pridemore, who is Paranormal Pride. She had some health issues going on. Everything came back clear as far as the most scary parts, and she's in chat. So if you wanted to say hi, give her well wishes, she's around. She's having a little bit of a rough day because, stuff. But yay, it's amazing. And I love both of y'all. I know that y'all know that, but sometimes it's nice to hear it too. And thank you so much for being my friends. I've got your backs. Y'all just take care, heal, and know that you're loved. So, that being said, I am so excited. We don't get to talk nearly often enough because my husband has decided that poker in New Orleans is going to be just an every so often thing, right? So, I am thrilled to have my friend, the voodoo queen of New Orleans herself, Bloody Mary. Hi, Mary. How are ya? Thank you for being here. Well, I know that, but, he thinks poker and the ruby slipper are it for New Orleans. I don't argue much about that. So, yes, it is. There's not a bad place that I've found yet. So, Well, New Orleans is absolutely one of the most special places on the planet. It feeds my heart, it feeds my soul. I have you there. I
Oh,
I love the quota. I just love to run around out
Ada.
there. The quota. And people were saying that they couldn't hear you during that first segment when you were telling me how beautiful the city is. So we have that fixed. So
Testing,
hooray.
testing. Is that fixed?
Yes, you're perfect.
Okay. I could hear you great, so I had no idea. I was just saying there's so much more to New Orleans than just poker or
Yes.
even just food. But there's the spirit energy and the architecture and the culture and the ley lines and the graveyards, the dead and the living. They like to come out and play.
They do. And one of the first times the first time that I ever met you face to face, I came on one of your tours.
Yes,
And
I remember that.
it was wonderful. You taught me so much just in that. And then the next time I was in town, I went with you again, and it was brilliant. You absolutely. We went to that wooded area,
Mm-hmm.
and
My secret forest.
your secret forest, and it was brilliant.
Well, people tend to forget or not to count the energies of the worlds of the nature spirits and the fae as part of the ancestral realm or as part of the multidimensional world of which we live. And I think they deserve a lot of honoring too, and their need to trust us again.
Yes.
And we certainly need to work with nature spirits so that our world will still be here soon, in the future with what we do to it sometimes, with all the pollution and the problems. We have to work with the spirits to forgive us.
Well, we do. And, it's just absolutely a beautiful place. And people, you get too busy, I think, especially urbanites, to realize what all is sitting there around you. And that gets disappointing because there's just too much to see and too much to experience. I have a child that moved to Denver, and it's just astounding, the beauty. There's no place that doesn't have beauty. If I said that right. Did I say that right?
Or nature, or
Right.
something to teach you, a place to connect with, a part that would resonate with one of the strings of the chords of life.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wonderful man who's an author and a fairy seer, as well as a variety of other things, that's coming to do something at my haunted museum in New Orleans. Known him for years and years, and done all sorts of different workshops and classes with him. And he's coming, I think it's on the 7th, to my haunted museum in New Orleans to do a workshop. And I was looking right here at the description. Want me to read you a sentence or two?
I would like it if you would, please.
The fairy tradition is too often minimized as mere folk belief in capricious and whimsical nature spirits. Instead, it is a powerful, primal, and transformational tradition of lore and practices for engaging the invisible and threshold aspects of nature and the underworld of life in its wildness and most visionary state. The ancestors of every land across indigenous wisdom traditions advise us to be in right relationship with the nature spirits, which we may know as fairy. These powerful angels in the land are calling us back to our familial bonds with the sacred power of the earth, wind, and fire and stone, and the powers that flow up from the deep breathing spaces in the sacred and in our blood.
That's beautiful.
So there are so much more, and of course, spirits of those that wore the flesh as we know it are also all around. And what people don't realize is the ancestors are a part of the tradition of the fairy tradition as well. So many different people around the world honor ancestors in different ways. And I like to learn from all of them, both the spirits and the people that teach about their traditions. And I think that we've lived in fear too long around what's going on, and we still approach even ghost hunting with a lot of fear because of horror films, because of certain religious outlooks, instead of embracing them as the wisdom that can teach us and that the future ancestors will pull us into a new beginning. We have a responsibility to connect, correspond, and cooperate with them. I'm an advocate for spirit rights.
Yes, you are, and you've taught me that too. And it's really funny because I get called a lot of times a spiritual counselor, and I'm just like, I just don't want them to be upset or harmed or,
Abused
or exploited. I don't like exploited.
I was called the necrotherapist, so I go by that.
Of course you were.
Somebody was like, all right, I'll take that. Yeah. I get it. Because I think both the living and the dead need to be investigated. They both need to be talked to and understood. When you go into a situation, there are spirit rights and wrongs, just like there are human rights and wrongs. And yes, you live there now, they lived there before, or whatever the case may be. That might be an oversimplification, but it is important to understand how to soothe them or help them along the way. And it's not always like, oh, help me, I'm trapped and I don't know where I am and I need to go to the other side. I mean, that's something I know a lot of TV makes you think, but they might be there to teach you something. They might be there because they want to protect the land they built. There's so many, many reasons. I think that we could try to figure out why and not assume they're there to harm you or stop you from doing things. It's just, there's a lot out there.
There is. I think sometimes that people it's almost a form of ego to think that spirits really care about what we're doing. They may have spirit soirees and things of that nature that they're trying to deal with, but we're always so busy. I've never died. I don't know what the rules are once I cross. And
but you probably have, by the way.
So well, I mean, yeah, but not lately. And so who am I to walk into a location and support somebody that says, oh, well, we simply must cross these spirits. You taught me that too.
Right.
Because
there's a reason they want to help you. They're earning their wings. They want to finish some things. I just don't think it's there or here. Why do we think that it's over there and over here? It's a fluid matrix of here and there simultaneously, so many dimensions. It's not like you could only do this and only be there. There's crossover on both sides. And there's more than both sides. Excuse me, the many sides. It's a fluid matrix is how I look at it. In some places, maybe more fluid than others.
I know that you've done this forever, and you have an almost 400-year family history.
300. You're giving me an extra century old there.
I do that all the time. But
no, this is our tricentennial celebration year in New Orleans. So It's 300.
300.
Yes.
But you have...
As a city, of course, thousands as the spirit of place that was here before colonialization. Can't talk about that. Colonialization.
Yes. And I'm not even going to try that one. But because I do know my limitations. But you have had an extended family history there. Has your family always been involved in voodoo?
No. No, like good New Orleanians, they were all good Catholics.
Right. But there's a correlation.
I think a Protestant slipped in. This was a Latin Catholic